Is everything loading? I think we're okay. Hello, everybody! Oh, God, my sounds. Oh, God, I'm such a noob. I'm not editing this out. I don't even care. Okay, we're going for it. We're going for it. Hello, everybody. This is Chiosuke here, yet again with another StarCraft 2 replay loss analysis. It is going to be another TvP, this time on Star Station. Again, I think I just did a TvP replay loss analysis on Star Station not too long ago. Like 2 days ago or something. Anyway. I'm going to lose this game as well. I feel like I played much better than I normally do, so I'm actually quite happy with this game. It's just, I was practicing with my ghost control as well this game, so that also made me quite happy. And that's around it. I just ended up losing because I feel like there were some small mistakes, and we're just going to take a look at it. Small mistakes which ended up making me lose the game, so I guess it's quite big, but still. So the opening is going to be pretty standard here. The protoss player is going to be going for a ridiculously fast scout. This is pylon scout, man. Doesn't get much faster than that unless you go for like a 6 scout, which is bad. So I'm going to be going for my 12 racks and realizing, oh wait, I want to go for an 11-11, so I canceled my SCV. So that's a little mistake. I could have made my barracks a little bit more quicker words. And then I'm going to be throwing 2 more in the refinery, so that's fine. So, a little mistake, not too big. Just need to decide on a build. I have an issue with that. I'm like, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. Just need to pick a build and go for it. So I'm going to be scouting around with this SCV. Going to be looking for proxy, oracles, and whatnot. I saw his probe go around this direction, so that's why I sent this SCV this way. Tap the watchtower, see nothing, and then I'm gonna just go for his base. So in the production tab we have a couple of Reapers. I'm going for the scout because I need to know if he's going for oracles or not so I can throw down my engineering bay. Like I said in one of my other videos, he is going to be chrono boosting out the mothership core and the stalker. I see 2 pylons, I get kind of freaked out, I go for the back of his base, and then I see the 3rd pylon, and then I am happy with life. SCV is going to be going down. I could have used a little bit more micro and maybe been able to save that SCV. So here comes the command center on the low ground. This stalker actually comes and kills off my building SCV. So since I'm going to be hiding these Reapers until I have around 4, I believe was my magic number, there's no reason why they should be out this far. I could just like have them in my main base to defend against early Zealot and Stalker pressure as well. So if I'm going to be hiding it, then there's no reason why I shouldn't do this. Or just have him closer to my base. Because I end up losing like 2 SCVs this game from this Stalker. I think it's 2. Yeah, I've already lost 2. So he's going to lose this Stalker. Reapers are just so much faster than Stalkers, and with this many Reapers he can't do anything. He sees this amount of Reapers, so he responds properly by getting out a 2nd Stalker, going to be chrono boosting out an Observer, I would imagine. And here comes the Reapers. I'm going to see if I can pick off any probes, and so far no luck. I'm going to be harassing one of the Stalkers. Don't want to lose any of my Reapers, so I just get out of there. The orbital command actually started an SCV, so that's another little mistake here. I'm going to be getting 4 Marines at a time, and that's fine since I'm going for a 3 racks opening. I have 2 gases for a 2 racks, or 3 racks opening, so maybe that's a little bit too much since I'm not going to be able to produce constant Marines like this. So I only had 1 gas and then I transitioned to the 3 racks, so I felt like if I didn't get the 2nd, no, because I have everything fine, and I got that refinery a little bit early because of the 11-11, so I probably actually just don't need this 2nd refinery here. So going to try that adjustment, see how that works for me in the games down the line. He uses a photon overcharge, and I love that. That's one of the reasons you go for this Reaper opening. And here comes my Marine Reaper push. So I'm going to be picking off a Stalker almost. I didn't know that he had 2 photon overcharges, which is quite bad for me. I pick off a Stalker, and consolation prize. And we're just going to be ramping up for SCVs now. In the production tab we have that factory, and the starport should be swapping them a little bit here, and it's a little bit delayed. It's not like 5 or 10 seconds where it could have been building, so that's another slight mistake, nothing too big. I'm going to be throwing down my 3rd CC at the 3rd expansion, especially with this aggressive play. I'm not sure if this is a mistake per se, because I could always just throw it down here or here and then just float it to the 3rd base, but I feel like it's fine for now. Here comes a Colossus and some Stalkers, so this push really isn't going to be able to do too much. I don't have that many Marauders, and Colossus just do so well against Marines. So I'm going to poke in here, I'm going to see his army, I'm like, okay, that's not going to work. I'm going to be lifting off into a medevac, going to be dropping into his main base, and he's going to pull it back his entire army. He could cast Photon Overcharge as well, so I'm just going to be running away there. And all of my units are directly underneath an observer. I did not catch this, but I think that's fine. So I pick off a Stalker, or two, maybe, and I only lose like a couple of Marines. So I feel like that was a pretty good trade. Everything's going pretty well for me. I got my fifth barracks up as well in the meantime. And since I did see the Colossus, I'm going to be starting my second starport here. So everything is going to be fine. I didn't actually use the factory to build a reactor, and there's no reason why not to. Most of the time I'm not going to be building 4 Vikings at a time, but it's just something that I can do. So here comes some Zealots to harass. They're going to be killing off a couple of my SCVs here. I'm just going to be transferring SCVs, and going to be trying to get some of my Marines and Marauders together so they can deal with the Zealot counter pressure. And I don't feel like this is going to work. So if we pause this game right here and we look at the army supply, I'm around 40 army supply ahead, but am I also out? No, we're around even in upgrades. He is going to have Storm in, what is it, 50 seconds-ish? And Zealot Charge is about to finish as well. In the main base, he only has like 4 Zealots, so yeah, this is his entire army. And this is pretty much my entire army. I'm missing quite a bit. I want to say like 20 supply down here. So if we remove the 20 supply that I'm missing in my main base, then we're around even in just this versus this. So running it into this, I'm not sure if it would be that great. Since he doesn't have Storm yet, I think trying to go for this push would be okay. Especially since he's slipping in his macro so much. I'm facing so many players that slip in their macro, it's just I'm not able to beat them for the life of me. And so here's some Zealot counter pressure again, and it's going to kill off quite a few SCVs, and that's unfortunate. I realized, oh wait, there's probably a proxy pylon here, so that was a little bit delayed as well. And going to have to throw some Marines and Marauders, kill off proxy Zealots, and kill that off just in the nick of time. So he casts another Photon Overcharge, and I'm not going to be running into that. He is floating so many minerals, but I've also delayed his third Nexus quite a bit here. I don't stim until it's too late, and because of it, I'm going to be losing so much here. I was able to kill off a lot of his army, and I was able to kill off 2 Colossus, or 2 or 3, and all the High Templars, so that was a great trade. It's just he killed off all my medevacs, so I'm not able to constantly stim like I would like to and kill off the rest of his army. And if I do commit too many stems, then he's just going to finish me off with the Colossus AoE damage. Not a good time. So that was my Steam notification. Sorry if you guys heard that. And let's see here. I have 1, 2, 3. And in the units tab, we have 54 SCVs, and we should be working up to 66. There's no reason why I shouldn't have 66. It's the optimal number, I'm pretty sure. I don't need that many in my main base anymore since I'm almost mined out, and I should be throwing down this expansion, and I should have thrown down this expansion as well. Why? Okay, let's see. Right here. Was it right here? Okay, maybe right here. Yeah, 15 minutes. So 15 minutes. He does some Zealot counter pressure, but he is contained on 2 bases right now. What can he do? Like nothing. I'm practicing my Ghost and oh my god, this clicking out the butt. But I'm practicing my Ghost and Viking control and army control pretty much. So best way to do that is to expand and get a lot of bases. So I think I don't like expanding because I like having my money really low like this, but I should just throw down more production if I want to keep it like that. So that's my bad. And so right here, 15 minutes is when I should have at least had this base, and possibly even this base, especially since I'm containing him so well. So I'm going to be pumping this up. Pump it, pump it, pump it. And we're just going to actually just come back to the part That is the highest loading point in this game. He has a bunch of observers all over the map too. I don't feel like I'd be able to pick them off though, just because I'm bad. So, here comes everything. In the production tab, I think we're pretty even in upgrades. So he has +3 armor, and now he's just going to be finishing his +3 attack, going to be upgrading that here. He expands again, and 22 minutes. And I just throw down mine at like 23 minutes as well. This is quite late. And I scan like all over the place. Okay. This is terrible. So I scan like here, and then like, oh, where's his army? It's not here, and then it's not over here or here. So I like scanned all over the map. That was such a waste of money. Like, huge waste of money. I needed to know where his army was, but that was not good. So, back to the everyone cam. Now I know where his army is. I'm going to try and position my army in position, but that's not going to go so well for me. He's going to cast some storms on top of my Vikings. I can't really tank this damage, so I go past the storms. All my ghosts die in the process of me microing my Vikings, and there goes that. So I'm going to be throwing my Marine Marauder right next to this. Okay, so this is a problem right here. These barracks not going to help me. So in the future, I should throw down my barracks right here instead of right here. I feel it got in the way, and it didn't allow me to get a nice surround. It blocks off zealots, yeah, sure, but it also prevents me from really running in, and it creates this funnel point for all my units to go into, and that's just a perfect place for them to storm. So another small mistake there. So he still has a bunch of storms, but watch this, it's so good. Oh yes. So I land EMP on literally all of his High Templar in this army. So he doesn't have any more Vikings, so it's pretty much just clean up from here. I stem a move. These units aren't attacking. These units are clumped up, so they aren't attacking as well. I'm going to be stemming in. That was way too bad of stutter step micro. That's not going to be good. It made me lose a lot more than I needed to. And there goes that. And in the army tab, I'm triple his supply. Now, ordinarily, I'd be like, oh man, I'm in a really good spot, but I know how protoss works, and they remax very, very quickly. So, I'm going to wait a little bit. My medevacs are completely depleted of energy, and he's just going to remax on a bunch of fucking Archons, because he can do that, because he had a bunch of gas, which he wasn't using. So, if I had known about this base, swinging this way and going to this base would have been much better, and I would have been able to kill off it. I'm definitely sure I would have been able to kill off this base, and then I would have been in a fine position. I just didn't know about it. If we look at my vision, I don't see it at all. I didn't even try and scout it. I have a Marine right here. There's no reason why I couldn't have tried to send a Marine to this watchtower. He has a Zealot there, but I would have seen the Nexus anyway. So, here comes the army. Oh, Arc. Okay, so I got a couple of good EMPs off, and I kill off a lot of his Archons extremely quickly here. Get another good EMP on another Archon, and there goes the army again. But he gets another Colossus out. Again, my medevacs are completely depleted of energy, and then he's just going to be able to clean up the rest of my army pretty much. And I have to just go back, because I don't have any Vikings to kill off this Colossus, and no army to kill it off either. So in the units tab, I am down half. I have half the SCVs he has. Now I didn't feel like that was that bad, because I really couldn't make too many more SCVs without being oversaturated at these two bases, but I needed more SCVs at this base, and I needed this base as well. This Viking was random. I saw it later, but that's just poor control on my part. He's still hotkeyed too, I believe. So, at what point did I lose all of those SCVs? I believe it was during his main push out at like 25 minutes-ish. Yeah, here comes the army. Almost there. Come on, computer. You can do it. 20 more seconds. And here. Okay. In the workers killed tab, right here, he is going to be killing off a total of 18 SCVs. And in the production tab, from that point, let's see how many SCVs that I actually make. I'm times 8ing it, so my rendering skills are going to be terrible for this video, but that's going to be fine. So I made one SCV. He killed off 32 workers, by the way. 3. There was a little splash of 3, and that's it. I think that's it. Oh, there's another splash of 3. Oh, and 2. Okay, and then I restart my SCV production. If I was gonna restart it, I should have restarted it a long time ago, and it's not even consistent. So, SCVs, the death of me, and that's pretty much going to be it. I go into his base. I realize I'm really far behind in economy, and I don't even attempt to get this base. If I just lifted up my main CC and just floated it down here, there's no reason why I shouldn't and or can't at this point. I don't understand why he didn't get this base, by the way, either. And here comes one last engagement. I EMP all of his High Templar again. I go for the stem. I go for the push. And he just rips my army to shreds. Even if I was able to kill off all of his units, which I can't at this point, if we look at the army tab. Yeah, it's too even, and a lot of my army is back here. That's just going to be it, pretty much. So I was behind it in pretty much just economy. I could have done something fancy with dropships and whatnot. He doesn't have a cannon back here, so a drop to his natural expansion would have been really good. A drop right here would have been amazing if I could squeeze it in between these two bases without him realizing, because it would have been able to siege the probe line at the third base, as well as pick off some production facilities. It doesn't look like he has too many pylons powering all of these buildings either, so it would have been really, really good. It's just, it's not what I did. So, and it's also, I'm pretty bad at that, so I need to practice that as well. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something from it, and I will make another video in the future. Talk to you guys later.